Joe and Hampton, lights dim, it's game time. Interview sharp, cut through like a shank line. Stick lounge, stories unfold, real and raw. From hustlers to dreamers, breaking laws with a claw. Microphone warriors, capturing life's conflicts. Sitting across legends, tales flick like black pics. Drop bars, not mics, knowledge, it rains. From the streets to the beats in every vein. Stick lounge podcast, tales heavy with the weight. Real lives, gritty stories, never fake. Joe and Hampton, digging deep, no facade, untold narratives. Every episode a new fraud.
All right, here we are, Stick Lounge Podcast. What's going on, Hamp?
Oh, not too much. Every time I hear that cut, it makes me want to go to the club.
That's why I muted you there in the beginning, because like I want to keep like the intro the same if I can. And I know if I don't, every time it's gonna be you going, what? Or Caden, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the gift. He's definitely got the gift.
Sure does, man.
All right, so this is gonna be episode 2. And you know what I did actually? I did something important, and I want to do this right now before I forget. So last time, episode 1, we didn't know how to put our own socials out there.
Meaning, break it down to me.
We said we have an Instagram, we have a YouTube, we have all these things, but we didn't know how to.
You got it in front of you right now.
Dude,
you can read it out. Okay,
yeah.
got you.
So our Instagram is at @stick_lounge, and that's just the Stick Lounge and the Stick Lounge podcast are one. So that's all in the same. Our YouTube is at @stick_lounge_podcast.
That's a lot of underscore. But go
ahead. And we have a TikTok because we're super cool and hip, because that's what all the young cool kids do. And that's @stick.lounge.podcast. I know. I don't
That's
know.
a lot of stuff.
Maybe eventually we should try to make them more similar. I think that was your fault, Lil.
No, was it?
You helped me set up some of that stuff.
I only made the Instagram.
Get closer to your mic.
Sorry.
Email sticklounge@dat
Creole Soul.
Creole Soul. DAT CreoleSoul.com.
Who that?
All right, cool. Well, let's introduce Lily. My daughter, Lily, is in here with us today, and I brought her in because we're going to interview Hamp, and she's got all the dirt. What up, Lil?
Better keep it to herself.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Tired.
You're tired?
That's good. No questions. Okay, you just look pretty. No questions.
You're tired from doing not much today?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Okay. Well,
yep.
I always tell you, body not moving stays not. What is it? What's the saying? I can't even remember it now.
Body in motion stays in motion.
Yeah.
And then
the second part I can't remember though. Body in motion stays in motion. Just remember that part. All right. So we got the first episode done and cut and ready to go, but we need to get a couple up before we release. So this next one, this episode 2, is going to be Meet Hampton.
No.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
No.
We're going to meet you now.
Hi, I'm a Capricorn, born July 10th.
That's actually where I want to start. I got questions. I got some questions, and you grew up in an area of the country that I'm not familiar with at all. It sounds interesting to me. I've never been, but I got questions.
You go ahead. I'll try to answer to the best of my knowledge.
All right. You sound tired too.
No, I'm good. That's my radio voice.
We got to start. Oh.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Okay.
All right, Ham. So you were born in New Orleans?
Born in New Orleans, Charity Hospital. Grew up in a small town called Garyville, Louisiana, where all the history is there. Childhood, teenage.
Yeah.
On to my first year in college. So
okay, but before we get to college, I want to talk about New Orleans. I want to talk about growing up there. What year were you born?
63.
63. Okay, so what are the years that you like? Like for me, I would say middle school to high school were the years that I was really getting out and like exploring and doing things in my surroundings and getting to know my little town, my neck of the woods. Like what years would you
definitely
attribute
high
to that?
school.
High school?
The high school. I mean, from growing up from 9th to my senior year in high school, playing flag football in school, playing street football. Every third line in the street was a first down.
Nice.
After you crossed the telegram pole, that was a touchdown. And I grew up with some great guys. You hear me? I mean, some very great athletes, guys. I mean, just phenomenal.
Did you grow up with all the same people in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
That's how my wife, her neighborhood, 12th Avenue, like they all grew up the same, all played in the street every night, all that stuff.
Yeah, we had some guys. I mean, guys I grew up with that went straight out of high school, straight into the major leagues. I mean,
like baseball?
Baseball, yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, I could take 11 guys from when I grew up, right, and find the weakest NFL team, and I guarantee you they'll beat them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like the Cardinals go up against the Cardinals. I mean, look, I'm not throwing shade. We're talking about New Orleans, but the Saints didn't look too good this year either.
No, we didn't look too good too. So, I mean, they better not ever make the mistake and let me say, "Hey, can you want to coach an NFL team?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll go get at least 6 guys I know at their strongest position,
Right.
and we would be a contender." Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but those guys are your age now.
that's okay though.
Still
We
be
gonna be calling plays.
all right.
All
All right.
No, we ain't gonna be playing, but we gonna call.
Oh,
the play.
I got you.
Yeah.
Laying it down. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Putting the plan together.
Putting the plan together, and trust me, it'll work.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. So, like, other than playing sports in the streets and doing that kind of stuff, like, what was a high school Hampton like? What'd you guys do?
I was actually a shy guy. I went to the prom, my first prom by myself, and then I went to prom with a young lady in my second year. So I went to the prom twice, but I was quiet. Had a big old bush and
Big old bush. I got to find that. Hold on. Let's see if I can remember where everything is.
this is not coming yet. I'm in the bathroom picking up my bush. I had a big old bush. I was.
Now, hold on. Just because we're not in New Orleans, and I don't know who's going to be listening to this. Hampton had to explain this to me. A bush is hair
That's
on
right.
your head.
Yeah.
hair on your head, right? And maybe I'm just ignorant, but I didn't know that.
And I had to break it down for y'all and go to Google because Google know everything and show you what.
But I wasn't the only one that didn't know that.
Yeah, and say, hey, here's some black pictures, some black people,
Right.
some bush.
Because when you said that lady out there with the gray bush, I said, whoa, man. Whoa. You can't just say things like that.
Yeah, totally different terminology. Totally different.
You learn something new every day.
That's right. You learn something every day, and so.
So you were a shy guy in high school.
Yeah, quiet,
When did you start playing basketball?
I was a late bloomer. I didn't start playing basketball until like I was a junior in high school. I actually wanted to play football, but back then your parents had to sign a consent form for you to play. And my mom was like, boy, you're not going to get your ass broke up out there. I ain't got no money to do this and do that. And so you don't need to play football. Try
You got a
something
sister,
else.
right?
I got a sister.
No brothers, though.
I got an older brother.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Did he play sports?
Yeah, he was a hell of a track star.
He didn't get to play football either, though.
No, but he wanted to, he had all kinds of scholarships to go to school. He set a high school record at a quarter mile and still sits there today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Guaranteed.
did he ever go compete outside high school or anything?
No.
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 Yeah, that happens.
He was a hell of an artist, too. He can draw sitting in this room just well with a canvas, and draw what he sees.
Gotcha. Is he still around?
Oh, yeah, he's living in Houston.
Okay, I know I've
Actually,
heard you
he's
talk
getting-
to his sister,
Actually,
your
he's
sister.
getting
but-
married, actually, on January 11th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but anyway.
All right. Good to know. So you're a late bloomer. You started playing ball in
I started playing
junior
ball,
year?
my junior year. And, then because I wasn't interested in actually playing, I was just,
In playing basketball?
I wanted to play football. I wanted to play either defensive end or I wanted to play a tight end.
So did you play basketball because your mom wouldn't let you play football and you're like,
I
well, I
would-
guess this is the next best thing? Or
Yeah, I would just talked into it, And
you were tall?
Yeah. And so it worked out, though. I mean, I ain't going to complain at all.
It worked out for sure. We'll get into that. So you played junior year, senior year.
Yeah.
Did you like didn't I know you don't drink now. You said you've never drank or done any of that. But did you go to high school parties and stuff like that? or-
Went to high school parties, went to every party I could possibly go to.
Okay, so you were a shy guy, but you were out there.
I was out there, yeah.
Okay. You were just a quiet guy.
Yeah.
You were there, but you
I
were
was
quiet.
there, but yeah.
And look at you now. I can't shut you up.
Yeah, no. Yeah, quiet is, it don't get, it doesn't get you out. You don't get fed. Be
No.
quiet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, it's kind of the I want to say nice guy finishes last, but it's true. I mean, if you're quiet, if you're not seen, if you just are always in the background, then yeah, like you said, you don't get fed.
right. No, who's gonna know what's going on with you if you don't open your mouth?
Right.
I could be sitting up here with all kind of pain and don't say anything, and next minute, I done, boop, because I didn't tell you, I didn't tell Leo, what I mean?
Right.
So
what's a high school party in New Orleans like?
we used to have a party called a waistline party. Okay.
You told me about this.
So a waistline party, and we find all the fat kids that at least had a 45 or a 50 waistline.
I mean, I'm a big dude, but I've never had a 45 or a 50.
Because that's how we pay for the refreshment, and to get back, you had to pay to get into the party by your waistline. So
It was like a buck an inch, or what was it?
no, if your waistline was 50, it was 50 cents.
Oh, 50 cents. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's an expensive ass party.
So we didn't invite no skinny people, and wasn't getting anything but a dime or a nickel, what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Lil,
yeah.
what would your generation think about that? You're kind of quiet over there, so. Would you go to a waistline party?
No,
No.
why? Your waist is not big.
I don't go to parties.
Well, that's true. Okay, let's say you went to parties. Would you go to a waistline party?
Okay, yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
doing great. You're doing great.
Maybe we should have did this another night.
I know. What's
mean?
going on here?
Yeah, I mean,
It's all right. We're in the real early years. I know she knows stuff later. There's stories that you've told going on later. And you know what? If she's no good, I'll just cut her out. It's fine.
Let me cut
That
you
would
off.
have been better if you got me pizza.
Okay.
Okay.
Put
Before
it
the
out
waistline party.
Yeah.
You want a pizza? Go ahead and order a pizza. I'll get you a pizza. Go ahead.
No, tell your stories.
No, the problem is the pizza that she wants, I have to go pick it up. They don't deliver.
Oh, well, I want a piece. I'm going to pay for it. I want a piece at least.
So you take the car, go pick up the pizza. We'll just continue what we're doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Want some money?
No. Okay. All right. So the waistline party, was this like, who's putting these parties on? Is that you and your buddies? You guys the party throwers, or are you the party goer?
Well, we were the party throwers. We had to get permission from our parents because, we're like, hey, can we have a party here at the house tonight? And we take all the stuff out of the house. And
Oh, so you were throwing it in the house?
in the house,
Okay.
yeah.
So it wasn't a backyard party.
No, it wasn't a backyard party. It was in the house, and all the furniture's out the way, and you got a table in the back. You got some hot meatballs. You got some stuffed eggs.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And
So is
chips.
it, what year is that? That's you're born. So
Don't ask me
70.
to do any math. 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade.
so you're 16, 17,
17,
18.
Yeah.
So you're in the 70s at this point.
Yeah.
So there's some big bushes.
Yeah, that's some big bushes.
Some big bushes rolling around. You a disco bell bottoms kind of guy?
Oh, yeah, we had stack heel shoes, with a heel in the front and the back.
You wore that?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, how tall were you with stack heel shoes on? You got pictures of this? I want to see you're 6'11"?
Yeah.
I want to see a 6'11" man in heels. Stack heels, no less.
Stack heel, those were and Cats tennis shoes. Yeah, those were the.
All right. So that's what you were rocking?
That's what I was rocking, And besides Converse, other than that, but.
Well,
Yeah.
your shit had to be like, it was hard to find, right? Especially back, now you can go online and search, but what
here-
size shoe do you wear?
I was 16, but I had a cousin that was in the Army, and he was like, his shoes was like 16, 17, So every time he came home, he brought extra shoes, so
Okay.
fit right on there.
There you go. And he was getting stack heels from the military?
Yeah, he was Cats tennis shoe, any color you wanted,
Yeah.
They had them, so we got them.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Right on. Well, before we we're working our way out of New Orleans and into your college time, I had a couple questions about New Orleans that I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know what growing up there would be like in the South, especially in that area. And these are just some things that I've heard, and I imagine that you grow up with in that area. So, were vampires a thing? Not like real, but was it like there's a lot of lore, like vampiric lore in that area? So like,
No.
'cause like where I grew up, Nevada, right? We got there's a pyramid lake right near where I live. And one of the things, one of the lore there is the water babies, right? So apparently I think it was the Paiute tribe there, if they had, and I could be getting this wrong, but if they had a deformed child or something was wrong with it, they'd throw it in the lake. And so one of the things that you grow up knowing there is like Pyramid Lake, there's the water babies are there. You don't go in there because they'll get you. And there's a lot of weird shit that happens, like boats capsize all the time and people drown out there. And so I've heard New Orleans has a lot of vampiric lore. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear anything about that, but there's a lot of voodoo.
I was going to ask that too. So voodoo is a thing that's talked about.
Voodoo is a thing that's talked about, and you got some people that actually believed in voodoo. And I can tell you this much: my great grandfather, I say he might have had healing hands, because I remember one time people used to tell us when we were standing on the street, like, "Oh, your grandfather was a miracle worker." He said my tooth hurt forever, and he just found out and came and put his hand upside my cheek, and I had never had to go to the dentist again. Or
there's a name for that, right? And I can't remember what it is, but there's a name. It's not just a healer, but I don't know if it's in French Creole, but there's a term for that in that area.
I'm not sure what it is, but also there was an incident where there was a lady. She always took off walking, and she was just constantly walking. My grandfather had said, "Bring me the shoes that she walked in," and prayed over them, and she never left the house again unless she was asked to or told to.
Why was she walking?
She was a little
touched.
Yeah.
No, I got you. So she was, we'll say, special needs.
Yeah.
And she was out walking all the time for no reason. And he prayed over her shoes.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, those were stories that I used to hear all the time, about my great grandfather, which was a pastor,
Is that on your mom's side or your dad's side?
On my mom's side.
So what about like lineage prior to or after that? Was there any stories about like healing or anything like that in your family?
No, the closest thing I can come to anything about knowing when my mother passed, okay, she actually knew from what I was told and the story I was told and when I spoke to her, she knew she was going to die. I mean, I talked to her every night.
Right.
When I was playing ball, 9 o'clock precisely, don't matter where I was at.
Right.
But 2002, Christmas Eve, she and I spoke right at 9 o'clock, and she like, "Listen, you got one daughter, you take care of your daughter," and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, "What's going on with you?" And she's like, you
just knew had a feeling, knew it was coming.
Yeah. So talked a bit on Christmas Day, and she's like, "You remember the conversation we had?" Okay. I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm going to come home for Christmas." She's like, no, you don't need to come home for Christmas. Just stay where you're at, and we'll all go to church together in the New Year. And we did, because it was her funeral service.
Wow.
So she died December 26th at 2:43 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
She called my stepdad and told him, "Hey," my stepdad wanted a peach cobbler, and she had one of my cousins make him a peach cobbler. And she
same one you make now?
Yeah. Same
it's a good peach cobbler.
Yeah. And she told him and said, "Hey, I left you something in the stove, so in the oven when you get home, because he wasn't home. He was doing a little security job, at a plant out in, where we grew up. We call them plants like Cargill or Shell.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
And when he got home, he was surprised because she was gone.
Right.
She had died. So I didn't know that though until, I don't know, the following day.
Right.
I had no clue.
Because you were out playing ball.
No, I was in Texas at the time.
Oh, you were in Texas.
Yeah,
okay.
and
because that's 2002.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And she back then you had the internet service where you dial up. So I had my computer plugged into my phone line. And they never could get through to me.
Back when it made those really cool noises.
Yeah.
Lil doesn't know nothing about that.
No,
Yeah, do I watch movies?
Oh, okay.
And when I finally unhooked my computer, I called home at 9 o'clock again, and I said, "Let me speak to my mother." They're like, the phone was quiet for about 5 to 7 seconds.
Mhm.
And I say, hello, can I speak to my mom? And my aunt gets on the phone. She said, your mom died last night. I like, quit playing with me. Put my mom on the phone.
Yeah.
She's like, no, Hamp, your mom died. We left you a message. So I checked the message. And sure enough, they had left me a message telling my mom had died. And I just took that same baseball bat that I have in the food truck and just broke every piece of furniture up in my house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Living in Irving, Texas. So
Damn, man.
yeah, that was
Did you live by yourself?
I was by myself, yeah.
Good.
I didn't go home until it was time for the service.
So poor
actually.
Bob wasn't a piece of furniture there, like
No, yeah.
the roommate. Sorry, buddy.
So, that is what is it is,
Yeah. But yeah, so you're saying that you feel like that she knew
She knew that, yeah,
could be some sort of kind of lineage thing.
because my daughter told me she got up and she ironed her nightgown, fixed her hair, and put on makeup. Because
Wow.
she knew they had to come and get her when she passed. So she wanted to look presentable.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's pretty wild, man.
So, she knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
She knew. I mean, my mom was one of these people that go in the closet and pray. You can walk in the house and like, well, yeah. And you open the closet, she's in there on her knees praying,
You go to church?
Yeah, she was a church-going lady.
What,
choir.
was
Baptist.
it Baptist? Okay.
Yeah, singing in choir.
Yeah.
Amazing voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So were you raised pretty religious then?
I was raised in, we was in church. We had a great group of guys I was singing with in the church. We had a male chorus group.
You sang in the church?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, you got a good voice, dude. We did karaoke at the Creole Soul, and you got a good voice.
And it was definitely a church-going experience with my family and, my grandmother, my whole family. To this day, they went back in church,
Oh, okay. Yeah. So was it's Southern Baptist? Is that what it is?
Just
Baptist?
Just Baptist.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's ignorance on me. South, We're Presbyterian, so. Well, I am. Are you Presbyterian? No. Not yet. Not claimed yet.
No.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm not supposed to talk. It's not about me.
It's always about you.
I'm talking all the damn time.
Yeah, it's always about you. Go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say. I've been pulling my nails off while we're
I
sitting
can
here.
see that. They're on the top of the table.
That's been. Oh, you've been pulling them off while we've been sitting here.
Yeah, exactly. She like,
I wasn't paying. I was paying attention to the story because it's been a good story so far. I
I'm
knew it
paying
would.
attention.
You're just pulling your nails off at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, not to swerve off of that story about your mom, but no vampires.
no vampires, no.
Voodoo was a thing that was talked about.
Yeah,
Possibly a healer in your family, and maybe a little bit of knowledge there.
Yeah.
What other kind of weird stuff? I mean, because as kids, like I said, there's always like scaring each other in high school or going to that one spot to have a party where you're not supposed to go because something might happen. There's got to be something cool in New Orleans like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, deep in New Orleans, but the part where I grew up at, we didn't have anything for as that being, an issue at, like with graveyards and stuff like that. And,
Oh, come on, man. You ruined it for me. I picture you out like in a swamp, like having some kind of a swamp party and like a fucking werewolf comes out. No?
No. Too much TV. No.
Damn it. All right. I just want to know.
No. But I would just say, they always say.
Got to be a cool place to grow up, though. For
It
sure.
is. It's definitely a cool place to grow up. But they always say, stay out of the cemetery. Most people are afraid of dead folks than the one they should be afraid of, which is the one that alive.
That's true.
I mean,
that is very fair. I agree with that 100%.
Well, you never seen many people scared of a dead person in my life, but the one over there is the one you should be afraid of.
Right. No, I totally agree with that. All right, cool. So right out of high school then, did you go straight into college out of high school?
I went to a junior college, actually, Delgado Junior College, and transferred to Troy State University.
Okay.
And it was a good experience there, because the coach for Troy State was actually a high school coach in New Orleans at Holy Cross High School. And,
Okay.
I played with a guy who is now a big sports agent. Rocky Arsenault, he's sports agent for a lot of guys like Marshall Faulks and so on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he and I were roommates in college, and it just was, those guys were another group of guys that was so good at the game.
Yeah.
They was real smart at everything they did. And it was good. We had parties in college. Parties that you won't believe. And I remember in our room back then, I don't know how old you were then, but we used to have these nets that we put up in the room on the ceilings.
Was that one like you put like stuff in them?
And to put stuff,
Yeah.
we had full of beer cans.
Full of beer cans?
Yeah.
It was always like girls would always have them with stuffed animals and they just collect dust and the whole house would be dusty and smell like dirt because the stuffed animals were dusty in the corner in those nets.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Didn't drink,
No stuffed animals?
no stuffed animal, but it was just, it was just nice, and that's actually when I actually cut my hair, from the bush to the bald spot, because I was
Like down, it was from bush, gone.
to gone, yeah.
There was no intermediate.
No, because I lost a bet.
Oh, shit. That was how it came off?
That's how I came off.
Oh, all right.
I lost a bet in college, and the guy like, oh, you said you was going to shave your head. I'm like, yeah, I know. So I waited till everybody left, and I actually shaved my head. And never forget walking down to the cafeteria to go get something to eat, and all the basketball players were sitting at the table. They're like, "Hey man, I thought you was gonna shave your hair." And somebody ran up from behind me and snatched the beanie off my head. I was like, ah.
So how old were you?
I was 19.
And you've been bald ever
I've
since?
been bald ever since.
No shit.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
So what? You shaved it and you were like, I'm not doing that again.
like-
I'm not growing it out
I
again.
was like, this is smooth. This is easy maintenance. And,
Yeah. Yeah. Do it.
wet towel, just, I'm done.
I did it for a long time back when I was doing metal, and singing in metal bands. And I loved it, man. It was so easy. Never had to get a haircut, just shave. But a white guy walking around with a shaved head gets different, Yeah. You get some people looking at you like, I don't know about that guy over there. I did it once when Lil was little and she freaked out. She didn't like it.
No.
No. I think you started crying, actually. You were pretty little.
I
Came
thought someone broke into the house.
out of the bathroom with a shaved head.
Did it look like him? Did it look like him at all?
No,
No. You don't recognize your own dad?
not with no hair.
My wife was pretty mad too. She was at work and I just bicked it, man. I was She came home from work like, what in the hell did you do? I tried, just throwing it out there.
It's such a great feeling. I mean,
It really is.
It's so smooth. And you ain't got to worry about it getting in your eyes. Or
Hairless is the way to go.
and when you flip the pillow over on the other side, it's cool. It's still cool.
You can feel a lot of temperature on your head. Man.
Oh,
It's
listen,
crazy.
that's
Once you
where-
have no hair,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
wild.
Yeah, that's why I always say put a cap on your head, it's trapped there, keep, yeah. I
Just
agree.
that little bit of hair makes a huge difference. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Okay, enough about being bald. So you went into junior college out of
I
high
went
school.
into college and I went transferred to Troy State. And when I left Troy State, I actually went to Dallas.
First.
Dallas first, yeah. And how I got to Dallas because I just wanted to be in a place where I had a lot of family there at the time. And
Okay.
it was, I've always liked Texas for some reason,
That's
Just-
where Lily wants to move.
Yeah.
She likes Texas. She likes Texas because she saw something was like a $250,000 house on like an acre and a half property or something like
Oh,
that.
God, you could live like
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, you can, yeah. Listen, houses in Texas are huge and not so expensive. I mean, you couldn't buy a house here like the house you would get in Texas.
Oh yeah, no.
You could buy a 5,000 square foot house in Texas for $300,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about huge. And I'm talking about brick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't talking about this little cardboard stuff, I'm talking actual brick,
Right.
So, yeah, I went to Texas. I forgot. I was 20-something now when I was 20.
Well, if you did just a couple of years, you do how many years in junior college? And then
2 and
Troy
2,
State?
4 years.
2 and 2, so
yeah.
4. So you were like 21, 22.
22, yeah. And played in, I don't know what they call it out here. They call it Hoop It Up in Texas or down south, which is 3-on-3 basketball, street ball. And
now, what year is this?
This was in 1997, 98.
So was what was that basketball brand? I just saw a documentary on it. Back in the day, the professor played for him, and it was like a whole. Damn it! It was like that. It was street ball, right? And it got huge, and this whole clothing company came out from it.
Oh, you're talking about something one?
Yeah, and one.
Yeah.
So was this about that time?
No, it was actually.
Was it before that?
Before that, yeah.
Okay. But N1 got huge off of street ball.
Yeah. So, it was called Hoop It Up. You can go hoop it up, And what it is you got different levels. You got girls and guys. Mm-hmm. And you can pick what level you want to play. Top level, and we always played in the top level. And
so who were the guys? Did you put the team together, or did you join a team?
With some friends, with some friends that I met just playing pickup ball with, a guy named Squeaky Parker, which is a hell of a 3-point shooter.
Okay.
And I played with a guy named Nathan Healy. He was 6'10".
Nathan Healy?
Yeah.
So you had Squeaky.
And Healy.
How come Nathan didn't get a name? It was just Healy?
Well, it was Dan. Yeah. T-H-A-N. How you say it? Dan. But we actually won the tournament one year. Okay. And I won another year with some other guys. And we had a couple of scouts out there,
Yeah.
Overseas.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
that was back in the day when scouts would come out to do stuff.
Yeah.
I think now they just watch YouTube videos and see who's getting more likes and who's selling merch, especially now that you can actually sell shit in college.
And they're like, hey, man, can we talk to you? I'm like, yeah, what's going on? I was like, what's happening? He said, you ever thought about playing ball overseas? I'm like, all right, yeah. It all depends on where I'm going at. And I'm like, he's like,
so when he asked you about playing ball overseas, is that something that you knew of? You knew guys doing it?
I knew guys
looked
doing
at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew guys that was doing it, still doing it, and have done it.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, yeah. He said, I said, what are you talking about? He said, Turkey. And right then and there, the Thanksgiving. That's the first thing I thought of, turkey.
You're like, I'm not hungry, but
he like, I like turkey. He like, yeah, Istanbul. I like, oh, Istanbul. I like.
Were you familiar with Istanbul or Turkey at all?
Didn't have a clue.
Okay.
Didn't have a clue. And there was a buddy of mine named Todd Christian. Hell of a. He played at Kansas State. 6'7", he'd drop it through you in a minute.
Yeah.
He was already over there.
Okay.
So
you knew him and he was already there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And did you keep in contact with him at all?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he married one of my best friends. They got 2 kids now to this day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so we went over there. I went home. Mm-hmm. I told my mom, I said, I might be going to Turkey. And she said, where? I said, Turkey. She said, go get me an encyclopedia. Back then they had encyclopedia. There's no computer, Google.
Britannica.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember.
We pull out there, Istanbul. She like, she thought. And then for some strange reason, she would happen to be watching the news that night.
Oh shit!
And they were bombing over in Turkey.
It's never good in Turkey.
She like,
you never hear about Turkey in a good. Let me just say that if Turkey's in the news, it's because something bad's happening in Turkey. It's never like, and today in Turkey, it was great. Everything went fine. There were no bombings.
And she like, you think you're going over there? I'm like, yeah. I mean, why not? I said, I'm gonna go check it out and see. And they sent me a ticket. I had to get my passport expedited, because.
So when you signed up to go play in Turkey, everything was paid for?
Yeah, everything was. I didn't have to pay for it.
The only reason I ask is I got offered to play in a football world league out of high school.
Yeah,
but I had to pay so much money to go do it.
No, that's not good. Whenever you gotta pay.
No, they were like, you have to cover X amount, but then you go play. And the whole selling point was like, further opportunity for college scholarships or NFL scouts. But I had to pay to go. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So everything for this league, for this world league that you were in, paid for.
Right. Yeah. It's like, it could be a scam, I would say, because let's just say they come up to her and say, hey, we want you to be a model, but you got to pay for all this up front
Right.
first. If they want you,
Yeah.
they're going to tell you.
No, that makes sense.
They're going to like, no, we're going to take you, we're going to do your headshot, we're going to do everything. They're going to cost you a penny, So,
Yeah.
it didn't cost me a penny, it just cost me my time and,
Right.
to go over there,
So what was it like first stepping foot into Turkey as
Man,
a 6'11" black man?
I played up against a guy that was 6'5". I swear he lifted engines for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, center of gravity,
Just couldn't move him.
I just couldn't move. I had to develop a little short jumper, But putting him in that block, is a different story.
Yeah.
So, but it was interesting, because I remember we was walking around and I don't know if David. I went to the grocery store. I never forget.
Mm.
And I went to this store and I bought everything that I thought that was Americanized.
Okay.
You
So I've never been to Istanbul or Turkey, but is it not, it's not in English, right?
Yeah.
So you're just trying to figure
I'm
out.
just figuring out by looking at pictures.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I grabbed about 8 items.
Uh-huh.
The last item was half a gallon of milk. Didn't read it with, just grab some milk because it was white.
Right.
And take it back to the house and like open it up. What the hell? What? The next day I got with the coach and I said, listen, I need a translator.
What'd you buy? Do you even know what it was?
I have no idea.
Wasn't milk.
It was goat milk.
It was goat milk. Do they sell cow's milk over there?
Man, no. Goat milk is horrible.
I've had goat cheese, but not goat milk.
As long as you're drinking it, it's okay. But the minute you stop.
It's like an aftertaste or what?
So I lived off of baklava.
Okay, I've heard of it. Yeah, never. I don't think I've ever had it, but I've heard of it.
So good.
It's like a dessert, right?
Yeah.
Like a pastry?
Yeah, like a pastry.
Yeah. We know Hamp likes the sweets.
So good. You hear me? I'm like, ooh. And we start walking and we found a couple of restaurants that had, French fries and stuff like that. So it was good. So.
They're like these fat Americans.
Yeah. But I had my mom sent me a care box, big old ice chest full of smoked sausage, cheese,
Hell yeah.
grits.
All the good stuff that you sell in your restaurant here now.
All the good stuff, like, ooh, I can't wait till this box get here,
So how long before people were ripping out of your box and stealing stuff from you?
I kept a close eye on it.
You kept a close eye on it. Kept it locked up.
Yeah, and it was, it was only me and Todd, the only 2 Americans. You can only have
really?
2, yeah, everybody else was Turkish. Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, the only 2 Americans on the team. That's
And
it.
everyone else was Turkish.
Yeah.
No, like Spanish or German.
No.
Turkish and 2 Americans.
Turkish and 2 American, like a bologna sandwich with a slice of cheese in it.
So how'd you communicate with the players?
Coach, a translator sits on the bench.
No kidding.
Yeah, and coach explains what's going on.
The coach spoke Turkish?
And the translator tells me what the coach say.
Wow, was that hard?
No, I mean, as long as he can figure out what was going on.
If the coach is pissed and screaming, was the translator pissed and
I'd be
screaming?
Careful what you tell me.
Translator's like, I don't want to get in the middle of this. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So it was a Turkish team, and you were the only
team,
and you were the only 2.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't. I guess it sounds like a world league. I don't know what a world league would be. I guess, but
yeah. I mean, you just sort of allowed so many players on the team. I mean.
So who did you play?
Oh, we played everybody in that circuit.
In Turkey.
Yeah, in that circuit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was interesting. I mean, like I said, one guy, the guy I played with that was the toughest of all, was 6'5" guy. I mean, just built like you, but strong.
5 inches taller than me.
Strong as an ox.
Yeah.
And like, I ain't gonna move this guy. No.
I guess I just always assumed that a world league was like not all Americans, a mix of whoever was on the team, but you were playing other countries, almost like soccer or something. You know what I mean?
No, you're just playing in that region right there, and
okay,
and it keeps it interesting, so it's just like we play these guys. It's almost like
So did
it's
the
almost
other,
like the conference day.
Yeah.
Y'all play Seattle twice.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. So yeah.
so did the other Turkish teams have an allotment for American players or players from other countries as well?
Yeah, everybody has. Everybody had two Americans on their team.
It was all Americans and all Turkish.
All American, all Turkish. Yeah.
So did you get together with the players from the other teams at all?
Yeah, I actually went to a bar called It.
Okay.
And
that was it.
That was it, yeah. Went to a bar called It, and you ever sat down and what's the table, the United Nations table?
Oh, yeah. Like, UN?
Everybody's around there is indifferent. It was almost like that when I walked in.
Different uniforms or?
No, different people. I'm just
different people.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all you hear.
Oh, different languages.
Different languages, and it almost like the Grinch when the heart got 3 times. It's like a heart and here's a who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
what you're talking about.
So in the background, I could hear a young lady speaking English.
Right.
And I just kept listening and following and following. And finally got up to I say, oh my God. It's so good to see you. I'm like, how are you doing? She's like, I'm fine. How are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing over here?
How the hell are you here?
She said, I'm an exchange student.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay. All right, cool. I said, well, good to know you. I stuck to her like Velcro.
Yeah. Did she speak, is it Turkish?
Yeah. Who, me?
No, did she?
Oh, yeah, she spoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was talking to 3 other people, and I was like, hey,
include me in on this.
what's happening? What are they talking about?
That's great. So what was it like being over there? Like, were they friendly? Did they like having you there?
I was friendly.
I've been to like Mexico, Canada. They're always happy when you go there and spend money, but I've never been to Turkey. So
So we was walking around one day, and out of nowhere, a Turkish guy ran up to me, and he grabbed my hand, and I had on short sleeve. Yeah.
no.
I'm like, hey, what are you doing? A few more of those, I'm gonna get a burn.
Was he talking shit or what?
You never saw a black person.
Never. Well, they're not like white in Turkey, right? They're like, I'm being naive here. It's like they're darker though.
They're
right?
dark, yeah, but
They're like Italian people.
yeah,
Right. Okay.
and he's never seen a guy this dark in his life.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, what are you doing?
So there's no Turkish black people.
I'm like, it doesn't come off. I don't know if you understand me, but it doesn't come off. And it was like,
So was he being serious or was
Yeah.
he really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, because if you think about it,
Oh, here she is.
Hampton-
This is Lily's back, everyone. Hey, wait, let's.
yeah.
Sorry.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just gonna say Hampton's this dark in Washington.
That's true.
So literally
It's hot in
anywhere
Turkey
else,
with a lot of sun. Did you get real dark over there?
I tanned a little bit, not much, but just enough.
But yeah, black people still tan, so he was
Oh,
probably
I know that.
2 shades darker than he is right now.
Yeah. Plus, I don't think that we can talk about that. We're white.
Yeah, I can. I get darker too.
You just got us canceled.
No, I didn't. You don't get darker though.
I do.
No, you don't.
Girl, when I was working in Arizona, people thought that I was Mexican.
So let me tell you another story since we're on this
Okay.
on this skin thing. So let me see. 1995. Yeah, 95.
Okay.
I was down in Monterey, California.
Mhm.
There's a place called the Monterey Sports Center.
Mhm.
I walked in, and there was a girl named Heather. She always waved like this because she was one of those Valley girls.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah. And I go to the locker room, and there's a guy in there with his son. His son has to be about 7, 8 at the most.
Mhm.
And he's sitting down on a bench, and his dad getting dressed. Cause I know he's going to play basketball because I've seen him on the court.
Right.
So I'm getting dressed, and I take my tennis shoes off my shoulder and get ready to put them on, and I pull off and putting my socks on, and
Mhm.
the little boy say, "Dad, look, his ankles are so dirty." he said, son. He said, I'm sorry. He said, son, no, that's the color of his skin. He's black. Black. Yeah, black.
This is in Monterey, California?
Monterey, California, you hear me?
He was from the white neighborhood.
Yeah, he definitely was from the white neighborhood, you know, or Burbanks or some kind of one, you know.
Right.
But, yeah, he's like, I am so sorry. I said, that's okay, no big deal, you know. I'm going to check and take a shower when I get home.
That might be a little dirty. I mean, to be fair, he might not be wrong. That's funny.
So, you know, but yeah, back to instantly, that guy just got rubbing, you know, like you rub your skin and you get a burn. You start to get.
So I got a question. Were Turkish women interested in you?
Oh my God, no. If there was, I wasn't interested in them.
No. Well, you jumped on that one quick, dude.
Because
not your type.
The first thing I was told that you don't mess with the Turkish women, especially the one that was wearing the.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know the proper term, so.
I only know hijab, but I don't know if it's the same.
That's
for
what I was going to
Turkish
say,
people.
but I don't know if it's the
Just
same.
call
over
it a
there.
headdress.
Yeah, well.
Whatever. Face cover.
I didn't even budge.
Now, don't mess with them because of the men in their lives?
I was like
fathers and...
Just, I guess, the rule of the country. I'm not sure. You know, I was like
There's
a horse.
no promiscuity.
Yeah. I was like a horse with blinders, you know.
Well, I guess that's true, right? Because here, you know, women do whatever they want to do. They could catcall you just as much. Well, we're not supposed to catcall women, so we don't do that. But that can happen. And I guess in another country, they're going to be very much like they can't.
You know,
I guess I don't know enough about Turkish culture.
I didn't know enough about the culture except them talk to the women, and you don't want to end up in a Turkish jail.
Oh yeah, well. Yeah, I don't know if you got to really dig into that too. I wouldn't want to end up in any jail in any other country. I don't want to go to jail here.
It's okay here. You'll
be all right. You'll be all right.
But crazy. It's, you know, you learn to appreciate United States when you leave.
Yeah.
And go to another. Yeah.
It wasn't, you know, I've met so many people and they vacation to different places, right? But they're on vacation and they pick these vacation spots. And then they come back and say, oh, I just want to move there. I just want to leave the United States so bad.
Lie.
And I'm like, you were on vacation. You were there spending money. Every time I've been on vacation, yeah, they want you to come spend your money. They're going to treat you like everything's great. But living there's different, I would assume. I don't know. I guess I can't.
You know, if I had to pick a place to where I want to live, all the places I've been, I would either have to say in the States, Texas, or out of the country, Australia.
Australia? Okay.
Yeah. Good, just because the people were so nice. It kind of reminded me of the people in California.
Yeah.
You know, in Carmel, California, they were real nice people. And same thing in Australia, you know, really nice people. You know, it's how you doing? It's like a Southern thing almost.
Right.
You know, I mean, these people, make sure you mute this. You edit this. These people are here to PNW, man. I swear, man. It's a whole different breed.
No, you know, there's a thing. I heard it when we first moved out here. What do they call it? The
click?
The freeze.
The freeze, yeah.
The freeze.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because everybody I talk to is pretty nice. You know, they're generally okay. But then they don't really... They freeze you out after that. Like, they'll say hi to you, but no one's going to call you or invite you to do things.
No, and I agree with that.
I mean, we've got a good group of friends now, but when we first moved out here, it was like, okay, it was a little strange. The Seattle freeze, I think, is what they call it.
Yeah, I mean, I used to talk to somebody, you know, just say, hey, I'll give you a perfect example. When I first moved out here, I was working for Alaska Airlines.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And worked every weekend. One weekend we got off, and I said to the people I was working with, I said, hey, listen, let's go out tonight since we're off for the weekend.
Right.
I said, let's go to dinner and go to karaoke. I've been karaoke for a long time, man.
Right.
I said, let's pick a restaurant and let's meet up there about 8:45.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, okay, good. We'll see you then. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So,
nobody shows up.
I get to the restaurant and I'm treating them. I'm buying everything. I'm treating them to dinner and whatever we want at the bar. Get there about 8:30. I was like, hey, I got 3 more people coming. Mm-hmm. Should be here by 8:45.
You just sat there by yourself.
It's not funny.
He's fine. It's funny now.
9 o'clock. Can I see a menu?
I bet you were pissed.
Joe, I got my food. I always do the same I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. I went, ate, and I went to karaoke to a place in Renton called Uncle Mo's.
Okay.
That's a nice karaoke bar. It's like a hole in the wall. It's a dive bar, but it's a good karaoke bar.
No, we used to live over in Renton. I didn't know. Not familiar with it.
Yeah, Uncle Mo's. And had a great time. Got back to work Monday morning. Mm-hmm. Those same 3 people I saw?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, man, what you do over the weekend?
You son of a bitch.
Fucking kidding me? So from that day forward, I don't ask a person to do a goddamn thing with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I don't blame you. I mean, I've done the same, tried to put together different things,
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You're a horrible friend. You don't do anything.
I am a horrible friend. I'm talking mainly about like work.
Oh.
Like I used to go fishing with all the guys I worked with. We used to go to the races together. We used to hang out. There was good camaraderie there. I can't build that here. I don't know why. I've tried, but it just doesn't work.
So
I don't know if it's a geographic thing or if it's an attitude thing, or maybe it's just they don't get along with each other that way. I don't know.
I don't know. So, something wrong with these people out here.
This is going to do great for our businesses.
Edit. What you say that word I used to use? What you told me to do?
What?
What did you tell me to use when it wasn't real?
Oh, yeah, in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Okay.
Yeah, in Minecraft. No, it's not real. It's in that game. Yeah.
But I just refuse to. If you notice, I want to ask somebody to, hey, do this and do that. Even when I was flying, all the flight attendants, we go in New Orleans. They're like, what are you going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my room, shower, relax for a minute, then come down and I'm going to meet in the lobby at 7 o'clock. Then I'm going to go have dinner.
Right.
I never ask her, y'all want to go with me? Never ask them at all. They got my instructions. Mm-hmm. If they wanted to go with me, they'd be in the lobby at 7 o'clock.
Right.
I wasn't planning it because you never set yourself up for failure. Never.
No, especially after the first time they left you hanging.
I ain't gonna never. You only got to just tell me one thing when you don't do one thing. That's it,
Yeah.
Well, I set myself up to be set up,
Right. Well, it's kind of like tonight when I was like, hey, you want to record the podcast? And you're like, yeah, I'll let you know. And then you came down here and sat by yourself and never told me that you were here. And I was like, hey, man, if you can't make it, it's cool. And you're like, I'm sitting in my chair. I'm like, what the hell, man?
The last thing I told you, I said, yeah, we're going to do it.
Yeah, you did. You said, you said, we're going to do it. I'll let you know when I'm headed that way.
That's right.
And then I sat and I sat. I worked out. I sat and I said, maybe he's busy. He's got shit going on. And then you sent me a picture. No, I'm here. Click in the studio. Like, well, hell, man.
So, I want to set myself up for somebody to let me down. I hate to be let down.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah. 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 I guess I'm the same way. I don't really rely on much. I don't think I do I? You're around me all day, every day for the most part. No comment?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
People let you down all the time,
That's all we're getting from Lil today. She's tired. You should have just said no.
That's
I'll
okay.
stay home.
We can do it. Get this part. You can edit, and we can just steady add on to it when she's up.
You're asking a lot of my editing skills. Hey, you saw the first one I sent you, and it went okay.
We got to make you good. We got to make you good at this. You understand?
Man,
so,
I thought that. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's all. I'm just giving you some stuff to work with, and so you'd be like, "Oh man, I can do this really quick now,
really quick."
Yeah. So, yeah, I just hate being let down by folks.
I got it. I agree.
And Seattle freeze is a thing,
And I will say, to be fair, yes, it is a thing. But since we are based in Seattle and we've been here for, how long have you been here?
10 years.
I've been here almost 8 now, right? 7.5. 2017.
8 in August.
8 in August. We've got a fantastic group. I mean, you're in that group. We got a great group of friends out here now, people that would help and do anything for us. But it was a little rough at first. I mean, there was a lot of like, let's hang out with some people, and then those people don't come through. But
yeah, it's like if I can't call on you to do something for me or to do anything with me,
right.
I don't have anybody else to call, like I remember we had a conversation, even with you. I said I was going to get that clock. You know.
Yeah, I was out of town.
You
Sorry,
said,
man.
I'm going to be out of town. I said, and she's like, well, we're going to be out of town. I was like, I'll have this clock in here by the time y'all get back here.
Did anybody help you with it?
Yeah. Jimmy and Christine.
So 10 years, other than giving me a call, you still don't have anybody?
No.
I'm sorry, Hamp.
No. So I did the best. I made it easy for myself. I rented a truck with a lift gate.
Yeah.
And put the clock on the lift gate. Didn't have to worry up a ramp or anything. It just, if you're not here or, since, we became friends, but if you're not here, it's me and Wiggles.
Yeah.
I don't got no other guy that I can call on, George, if I can get a hold of him, but that's not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, George is like 70?
George? No, that's Mike.
Oh, Mike. I'm confusing him.
Yeah. George is the video guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just met him a little while ago.
Yeah. So, if I can figure out a way to do it myself, if I don't have help, I will.
No, I got you.
I'm not gonna lie. Anybody to come here and, but there's those same people that want to come see you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And say, hey, how you doing? Can I get you?
Who will help me make the bread?
Yeah.
Everybody come to eat it, but
I know that story. Yeah, it's the rooster in the hen house. And, who's going to help me pull these wheat? Who's going to help me bake this bread?
Yeah.
And now we want to sit down and eat this bread with you.
Yeah.
No, you didn't help with any of
Didn't
that.
Didn't help me do it.
It's like when I put Creole Soul together. Me, now you can say Mike, 70.
Yeah.
We put 17 hours a day in.
I know. You told me about that.
And put that whole
Dude's a
place
hard
together.
worker.
And I met him at Lowe's. He was working at Lowe's,
Oh, he worked at Lowe's?
He worked at Lowe's.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And I told him one day, I said, hey, I'm going to put this place together,
Mm-hmm.
I said, I need you to help me. Let me borrow some of your tools. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, whatever you need. Then he came over and he said, what's your plan? I said, well, I'm planning. I got to put all this together. I have no idea. I said, when I go to sleep tonight, when I wake up, I have an idea of what I want.
There you go.
And it took us 9 months to put that place together.
Yeah.
And 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
All right. We're going to dig into that, but we're still back in Istanbul right now.
Yeah, okay, let's go. So,
yeah, but hold on. We're at an hour already.
All right. Well, let's cut it.
See?
Yeah.
So we're gonna pick back up. Probably you go to Australia next, right?
Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Yeah.
See? Damn. All right. So we're gonna leave off in Turkey. We're gonna head to Italy next. Remember that.
Yeah.
And that'll be our next however many parts it is to meet Hampton Isom. So I say your last name right?
Isom, yeah.
Okay.
I heard a funny story though.
Okay.
Just the guy who was in only 8 people has pronounced my name. Since you said it tonight, you're number 9.
Okay.
You're the only person. 9 people have pronounced my last name correctly.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's Isom.
Ism?
Yeah, people say Isom.
Well, see, I would almost say Isom.
Yeah.
That's what I used to say.
Yeah.
And the guy downstairs who was playing the guitars, he said, I was telling him about it. He said, oh, and your name Hampton Isom. I'm like, yeah. I said, you number 8 person to say my name correctly. He said, because other people see racism. I like that one.
That's pretty good. Well, we have a friend of ours' son. His name is Issa. ISSA.
ISA.
2 S's or 1 S?
2.
2 ISSA. So the only other pronunciation that I would think is Isom. Like, would that be not Arabic, but
Girl.
what?
I used to sit in the hospital growing up, me and my mom, and go to the doctor, and they'd come out there, and they know how to call you back in. Hampton Isom? Hampton Isom. My mom was like, call us? I'm like, I don't know. I heard Isom. I ain't heard Isom. She's like, that's probably us.
That's probably us. See, my name's Joe. I don't get, Shelton. That's easy. You don't really get any. Yeah, it's not hard. I could be a Smith, I guess, but I'm not. That'd be even easier. John Smith.
John Smith, yeah. So,
all right, we're going to pick back up when Hamp goes to Italy.
we're going to continue flying on over the country. You going to be with me, Catwoman? You coming with us this time?
Maybe she'll be awake for the next one.
I'll make sure I have a piece in this guy. I can tell you that right now. That will be a piece in. What you want, Papa John's?
That's what she likes.
What
Papa
you want
John.
on there?
Shakaroni.
Huh?
Shakaroni.
Shakaroni. Yeah, that's right. Shakaroni. Okay.
Shakaroni.
We're going to have a table right there with a piece on there, okay?
We get sponsored by Papa John's.
Yeah. Shaq, thank you for this.
Thank you for buying my pizza.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I did not like that.
That's what it sounds like. You never watch an interview with Shaq. And he goes like this. Yeah, you do it better. You do it way better.
I saw him today on a reel. He said, if I take a nap next to this tar, to this, he pointed at a wheel in a car.
Okay.
He said, what am I? He said, tired.
It's not funny.
He thought it was.
I had a guy at a job site the other day, and he was trying to get these security girls to laugh. And he goes, how much does a roof cost? And they're just looking at him. And he goes, nothing. It's on the house. And I chuckled, and he goes, he gets it. He gets it. I'm like, damn it. Damn it.
It's not funny. You're done.
All right.
Goodbye.
The boss says
Joe
so.
and Hampton, lights dim, it's game time. Interview sharp, cut through like a shank line. Stick lounge, stories unfold, real and raw. From hustlers to dreamers, breaking laws with a claw. Microphone warriors, capturing life's conflicts. Sitting across legends, tales flick like black pics. Drop bars, not mics, knowledge, it rains. From the streets to the beats in every vein. Stick lounge, podcast, tales heavy with the weight. Real lives, gritty stories, never fake. Joe and Hampton, digging deep, no facade.